Happy February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. And it's JLD here. Welcome to Strategy Today. In this show, we talk about Michael Saylor meeting with President Bukele, the El Salvadorian president. We also talk about GameStop joining the MSTR playbook. I mean, it's going to be an exciting time. And what happens to their stock? Pretty exciting. Our man Chris has a price prediction for MSTR for Strategy when its holdings gets to 1 million Bitcoin. We're going to be there in 12 to 24 months conservatively. So pretty exciting to see what his price prediction is. And AI, artificial intelligence, wants your Bitcoin. It wants your MSTR shares and what that's going to mean for us, the shareholders of Strategy. This video is not financial advice, but please do comment below any questions, any thoughts you have, where you're watching from. I love those comments, so please let me know. And I've also got this epic Michael Saylor clip coming your way of the first of 21 rules of Bitcoin. So let's dive on in. All right, today's first post is brought to us by the Bitcoin therapist. Michael Saylor visits with President Bukele of El Salvador. Very exciting times. Let me tell you, when you see this kind of stuff happening, you know that not just good things are cooking for Strategy, not just great things are cooking for MSTR. We're talking amazing things. Let's go. Now, Chris says, with a total of 1 million Bitcoin holdings and at a price of 1 million per Bitcoin, Strategy should be worth over $9,000 a share, according to my model, excluding stock splits. That is almost a 30x from today's price. So let's break this down for a second. With a total of 1 million Bitcoin holdings, we're at 471 odd thousand Bitcoin right now and adding more every single week for sure. About to be adding a lot more when the Converse drop. I believe we're going to get to 1 million in Bitcoin holdings in the next 12 to 24 months. I think that is conservative. I think 12 is on the aggressive side a little bit, but 24 is on the conservative side. So I think it's going to be somewhere between, honestly, the next 10 to 18 months will be in the 1 million Bitcoin holdings range. And who knows when the price of Bitcoin is going to 1 million. But if you believe in Bitcoin, as I do, if you understand its thesis and believe in where it's going, then this is also inevitable. Like, I love Michael Saylor's quote of, if Bitcoin is not going to zero, it's going to 1 million. If it's going to 1 million, it's going to 10 million. It's going to 10 million, it's going to 100 million. It's just a matter of time. And a 30x, that would be pretty dang sweet. And so here is Chris's model. If you want to pause, you can kind of look through this right here. I'll also have this post in the show notes below. But one thing I do want to mention about Chris, this guy right here is great, but he's not this crazy bull. He's not this overly bullish individual. He is very conservative in what I've seen with his estimates, with his predictions. So this, in my opinion, is a conservative prediction that's coming from Chris, because that's how he operates. Let's move along to BitStrategy, who says, as a Bitcoiner, I always hoped we'd get to the moon one day. I had no idea we'd go to Mars instead. And here's Strategy B, going to Mars. And I think that we both know what that means. Exciting times are ahead. A really cool post by Supply Shocks. I wanted to talk a little bit about GameStop here and what's going on, because this is exciting times. Very few GameStop longs and shorts understand the MSTR playbook. If GameStop copycats MSTR with the stock's volatility plus short squeeze history, this could give GameStop some huge Bitcoin yield and FASB gains as Bitcoin's price appreciates. I think there is an information edge here for those of us who've been in MSTR for a while. And here's Michael Saylor meeting with Ryan Cohen of GameStop. Does this man ever do anything except be out there advocating for us? He is working nonstop for Strategy, for Bitcoin, for you, the MSTR shareholders. And he says it time and time again. We are his partners, the MSTR shareholders. He is working for us. I mean, how amazing and exciting is it? I mean, it is, to me at least, to have somebody like this out there busting his butt every day, doing all the things, meeting presidents, meeting CEOs, doing all the things. Bitcoin Overflow says GameStop shareholders have spoken. GME has a fiduciary duty to deploy its 4.61 billion cash reserves into Bitcoin immediately. Because look what happened when the announcement was made. Just a flat line and then literally the God candle up to 29 and even peaked up over 31.50. I mean, that's over 20% just on the news that it might happen, that it's considering. How can other companies look at this and not say, wow, we need to have a conversation? Well, believe me, that's happening. Adam with another amazing post about how MSTR will flourish in the AI age. This is why MSTR's Bitcoin stack is going to send this company to the moon. Imagine a world where machines don't just think, they transact, store value, and make economic decisions at speeds no human can match. Artificial intelligence isn't just coming for jobs as much as it's coming for the financial system itself. And when AI dominates the economy, it won't be using fiat money, a slow, corrupt, human-controlled relic of the past. AI will demand a trustless, permissionless, and incorruptible monetary network. And there's only one asset that fits the bill: Bitcoin. The fiat system is obsolete in an AI-driven economy. Fiat money is based on trust. AI doesn't trust. It verifies. AI can't wait 3 to 5 business days for a wire transfer. AI won't submit to arbitrary financial censorship. AI needs a global, neutral settlement layer that no central bank can manipulate. Bitcoin is the only monetary system designed to function independently of human control. It is the autonomous network that machines can use natively without middlemen. Bitcoin, the ultimate monetary layer for AI. AI-driven economies will operate on pure data, instant verification, and unstoppable automation. Bitcoin is the only financial system that can handle this. Instant, trustless payments, no delays, no middlemen, no counterparty risk, unforgeable digital scarcity, a monetary asset that AI can't dilute or manipulate, censorship resistant, no human-controlled entity can block transactions, global liquidity network, a single protocol for machine-to-machine value transfer. Bitcoin is future-proof. It's the only monetary system designed for an AI-dominated economy. The end game: Bitcoin as the reserve asset of machine intelligence. AI will break the legacy financial system. When that happens, the world's capital will flee to the hardest, most secure money. AI models will hold Bitcoin as reserve collateral because it's the only asset that can't be debased. Corporations will integrate Bitcoin as the financial backbone of AI-driven markets. The first AI-powered hedge funds, DAOs, and machine economies will settle in Bitcoin. This is not speculation. It's inevitable. The fiat world is built on trust, inflation, and inefficiency. The AI world will be built on Bitcoin, automation, and absolute scarcity. The future isn't fiat. The future isn't central banks. The future isn't permissioned digital dollars. The future is Bitcoin and strategy. Mic drop, Adam. I love it, because if you take a step back and you think about this for a second, when AI obviously will immediately recognize the apexness, the power of Bitcoin, it will then obviously think to itself, if Bitcoin is going up forever and Strategy, this company, MSTR, has by far the biggest stack of Bitcoin in the world that will ever have, that will ever exist, and it's probably going to at least 2x the return of Bitcoin, why don't I use MSTR to increase my investments and buy more Bitcoin? And of course, it's going to do that in an unbelievably efficient manner, benefiting MSTR shareholders. So hang on tight, my friends. And BitStrategy ends with: Bitcoin is your sovereignty. Strategy and Strike is your portfolio. Boom. Now it's Michael Saylor's turn to talk to us about the number one rule of Bitcoin.
And I get a chance to present a new set of slides, my second best set of slides, 21 Rules of Bitcoin. I didn't label it the 21 Rules of Bitcoin because everybody's got their rules. And I'm not so presumptuous to think that I know the 21 rules, but I have my 21 rules, and I'm delighted to share them with you today. I'm going to start by framing my conversation. Bitcoin's a singularity. where science collides with economics, right? This is a profound thing. Just like when science collided with astronomy and the Copernican revolution, just like when science collided with medicine and we realized that diseases aren't caused by demons, Bitcoin is where science collides with economics, and it ushers in a new age of economic insight, which will profoundly change our political systems, our financial systems, the way we think about the world. And of course, we all know this. Bitcoin is the world's first perfect money. The human race has lived for thousands and thousands of years with defective money. Seashells, bales of tobacco, glass beads, copper tokens. One day we'll look back and we'll kind of chuckle at silver tokens and copper and pieces of paper, and we'll wonder, how did the human race get this far? The implications of perfect money are profound. It's a paradigm shift. It's not like your assets are appreciating in price. You're just falling through space. This idea of relativity, you're in a relative frame of reference. Everything around you is distorted, and you have to break out of your frame of reference in order to see the world differently. Einstein did it for us with relativity, but every great scientist has done it. And Satoshi introduced a paradigm shift in economics and in monetary thought. And so, with that as my preamble, I'd like to talk about the 21 rules of Bitcoin. I'll start with rule number 1. Those who understand Bitcoin buy Bitcoin, and those that don't criticize Bitcoin. And you can see in a paradigm shift, it's just so profound. There'll be people that'll talk about it, and as long as you're talking about it, it's not clear you understand it. At the point that things click for you, you're not just going to talk about it, you're not going to criticize it, you're going to run, not walk, to the nearest place where you can buy Bitcoin. And for me, it was very clear when it clicked, I had to buy it. And on the other hand, the world's full of people that criticize it. They criticize it because they have not yet grasped the paradigm shift. And if it hasn't clicked for you, you'll have 10,000 criticisms.
And there you have it, another episode of Strategy Today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please comment below. I want to know where you're watching from, what your thoughts are. We have great conversations there. Like this video, share it. It means a lot. And I wanted to give a little shout out to a viewer who shot me an email, Matthias out of Switzerland. He said, hey, you should be showing your viewers the notes page on strategy.com. So here we are. As you can see, there's a lot of great tabs at strategy.com. We'll be going through all of these over time. But the notes one's pretty cool because they have this great glossary. So if you ever have any questions about different things, like what exactly is Bitcoin gain? How do I explain it to somebody? Boom, they've got you covered right there. And you can keep going down. You can see all the different glossary terms that they have, as well as some other important notes to the left-hand side. So thank you to Matthias for pointing that out, and to all the viewers who are just making this show better every single day by your comments, by your communications. And on that note, I'm trying to make MSTR a little bit better every day with a daily dollar cost average of $210 every single day into MSTR for every trading day of 2025. So here it was yesterday. I bought 0.649 share of MSTR at a price of $325 right there for $210. And I am excited to continue to do so every single day of 2025. Every Saturday, I show you my whole portfolio. People have been asking about that. So every Saturday, at the end of the video, I do a complete breakdown of my entire portfolio, showing you every lot that has been purchased in 2025, the total return, dollar return percentage, etc. So check that one out for sure. And remember, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I'm honored that I'm one of your 5 today. Keep out the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, doubts. We have some great things ahead of us. And remember, there is no second best.
What's the second best? There is no second best.